What's up, guys? We are officially live here. So a little bit of a different scene and scenario here, but I'll explain all that here in a second. So straight up, guys, we've got a lot of awesome things going on, like really awesome things. So bear with me just a second here as I get everything pulled up for you guys. Got to send out the push notifications, do the everyone tag here. So I'm going to do that tag first. What's up? See people joining. Beth, how are you? Good to see you. All right, here we go. Everyone, boom. Join us live now. All right, boom. Facebook tag done. Comment tag if you guys get a tag in your Facebook notifications. And we're going to do the push notification right now. Here we go. Preview that sucker live now. Boom. And push notification going out. So comment the word push. Once you guys get the push from the app, I'll also let you know once I see that here. Now, a little bit of a different vibe this morning. We're actually, believe it or not, we're in my master bedroom. This is where the magic happens. No, I'm just kidding, sort of. But yeah, a little bit different today because I got family visiting, kids in the house, running around doing their thing, other people, adults, and all that stuff. So I had to take the home office and convert that to a bedroom, but we do that from time to time, and certainly don't mind doing it. Love having people come stay with us, and it's going to be a very fun week. And I'm going to do my best to try to keep today short, so I can go back to hanging out with the family that's visiting and all that other fun stuff. But there's two main things I want to talk to you guys about this morning, and they're both very important. Okay, both very important. So check it out. Number one. Obviously, we have that new sales page, that new sales funnel that is now available for you guys. If you haven't gone in and opted in yourself and checked out the sales page, you guys should really do that. Getting a lot of really good feedback from the new sales page. So make sure you guys go check that out. I'll pull up some information here for you guys in just a second, just in case you guys need a little more info or any of that sort of stuff. So bear with me here. I'm going to pull this up for you guys, just so you guys know exactly what the new sales page is, what it looks like, all that sort of good stuff. Okay, so oops, let me get rid of that. All right, boom. And I know some of you guys have already reached out and said, hey, you swapped out your funnels and stuff like that, which is all great. Please remember what we talked about yesterday too, because that was very important. We unveiled the new funnel, showed you guys where it was, talked about it, gave you guys some of the pointers, some of the tips around it, that sort of thing. But again, the results that you guys get, it will be dictated by what you do on the front end. And this is where you come into play, because what we do on the back end, we've been doing it for years. We know how to do it really well. We know how to create sales presentations. We know how to create value stacks. We know how to put all those sorts of things together. But if you on the front end are just kind of like way out there in left field and you're kind of just, willy-nilly kind of doing your own thing, and it doesn't match up, it's not congruent with whatever link that you're using, webinar funnel, $25 funnel, the new shortcut funnel, whatever it is. If what you're doing on the front end isn't congruent and doesn't match what's on the back end and what they see, the offer, the sales page, stuff like that, then it's going to be very difficult for you to get sales. And that's really just what it comes down to. And to be honest with you, I want to dive more into this topic because it's also really important that you guys kind of understand the congruency of how, the marketing flows from when someone first sees a short form video, they move over to a long form video, and they're going through the sales process, right? It's really important for you guys to know and understand that. I'm not going to dive into that again today. We'll pick that up more, throughout the week, but just wanted to chime in there and talk about that with you guys for a minute. So the feedback so far on the new sales funnels, very good. Got a text message here that says, excellent VSL, by the way, watched it all the way till the end, was ready to purchase by the end of the video. So, I mean, if that's not proof in the pudding, I don't know what is. And I also saw a couple of sales come in this morning from that specific sales page in VSL. So what are we seeing really quickly here is based on the data, literally just based on the data, is that The new funnel is converting very, very well. So always good things to see. So just kind of wanted to talk about that there for a minute. So those of you guys that are going to switch out and use that, awesome stuff right there. Now, other thing I want to talk about today, and that was only one of the, that wasn't even, the funnel just kind of came up because someone commented that in the chat here. The funnel was not one of the two things that I want to talk about, okay? Number one thing that we all need to be 100% focused on today. This is your focus. Your 100% focus today is putting butts in seats for tonight's webinar, okay? That is the number one focus for you guys today. So do me a favor, comment butts in seats down below. Now, we've done this exercise 100 times. You guys can go into the Facebook group. You guys can look at and see, all of the other previous posts that we've done in there. I'll even pull that up for you guys so you can see it here. Okay. I don't need to go demoing this for you. I've demoed this, probably 100 times for you guys, but you guys just need to kind of go through, be resourceful, go through and see all the previous posts, and it's really easy to do. So let me pull my phone down here and let me flip my camera around and you guys can see it here. So in the Facebook group, if you guys go over, it's really easy, and you guys can do this on your mobile devices or here on a MacBook or whatever it is. Just, I'm going to open up See All. You can see all the previous posts in here and some stuff like that. But stuff like this right here, going live tonight, any of that sort of stuff, major announcement. Anytime you guys see these, these black, I guess we can call them memes right here. Anytime you guys see those, you can easily just open that stuff up and just grab this information, live tonight, up to $300 daily, copy that post it to your timeline and stuff like that. I don't need to go demoing that for you guys now, but everyone should be out there doing this today, okay? At this point in the game, guys, I shouldn't have to sit here and tell you, okay, let's go take these posts and let's go do this again, as if you guys have never done it. Now, for some of you guys that are new, I get it. You may need to go back and watch some of the previous replays, but we should all be out there today, right now, okay, inviting people to tonight's webinar, especially with the fact that we have a special guest host tonight, and I know they're going to crush it. I know they're absolutely going to crush it tonight. So I'm looking forward to that for you guys. We're driving a bunch of traffic via our emails, the posts that we're doing, trying to put as many butts in seats as we possibly can. But let's give ourselves a goal and put this in the comments down below. Okay, do me a favor, put this in the comments down below. 100 people live on the webinar. Okay, so just comment live tonight, 100 people. Okay, live tonight, 100 people. That's our goal, is to put 100 people live in the webinar. And I can promise you, it's almost guarantee, I can promise you, with 100 people, 100 butts in seats, sales will be closed. Multiple sales will be closed. With those numbers, every single week we close sales. But let's put 100 butts in seats for tonight. And I don't mean 100 people registered. I'm not talking 100 people registered. I'm talking about 100 people live in tonight's webinar. So the only way that that's going to happen, only way, is if you guys get out there today and you guys get to work. Okay? So if you're feeling me on this one, comment, get to work. Let's get to work, guys. Let's get to work. I've been up working this morning since 6:45, writing emails, doing posts, videos, all that other stuff, getting up extra early with the family here, trying to get all my work done ahead of time. So let's go put some butts in seats for tonight. Let's go to work, guys. So comment, get to work. Let's get to work. Let's work together collectively as a team and go crush this, okay? Now, that being said, man, that push notification just went out. That is late. That is late. What is going on with that? Let me send out another one just because. Let me send out another one. Why not? Why not? We'll send out another one. Shout out to, by the way, shout out to Catherine this morning. Catherine just made 2 back-to-back sales this morning, which is awesome. I think it was like about an hour ago. She got 2 back-to-back sales. 2 sales within like 5 minutes. So whatever she's doing, she's rocking it. She's crushing it. So shout out to Catherine. So straight up, guys. Straight up, guys. Let's get to work. Let's do that. Let's make that happen tonight. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about data. Let's talk about data here for a second. And we're going to do some data. We're going to understand some data. We're going to do some basic math. Okay, do some basic math. All right. So if you're with me on that one, you feel me on that one, do me a favor, comment data down below. Comment data. And by the way, for the first time in a long time, by the time the webinar rolls around, I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water because the reality is, with family in town, I did not make enough coffee. Did not make enough. That's all right. Make adjustments. We'll fix that tomorrow. But either way, still sipping, just sipping water. You know, water's good for you. It hydrates you. It's healthy. Stay thirsty, my friends, right? Okay, so let's talk about data. Let's talk about data. Now, we know that we have an unbelievable compensation plan. And when it comes to data, in the world of anything that has to do with residual income, okay? Online marketing, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing, doesn't matter, the pay plan, we have the highest in the industry, and I've done the math. Forget about my opinion. I've done the math. Numbers don't lie. We have the highest dollar per renewal per person in the industry. Dollar per person per renewal in the industry. Hands down, we have the highest. I have not seen anything higher. Now, there is a new, you might be seeing it in your social media feeds, YouTube, TikTok, especially here on Facebook. You might be seeing a new trend, a pre-launch. By the way, pre-launch is just another name for hype. It's just another word for hype. That's all it is, right? Pre-launch, right? Pre-launch is just, basically pre-launch is a lie, because if a company says they're in pre-launch, right? And you could still go to the company website, you could still sign up. They're not in pre-launch, they're already live. So don't get fooled by the hype, okay? It's just a hype term to get people excited. There's a lot of hype going on with a new Save Club out there. As a matter of fact, the company is called Save Club. I'll even give you the documentation. But so if you guys have seen any hype about Save Club, do me a favor and comment Save Club down below. If you've seen anything on Facebook or YouTube, or anyone saying like, oh, you got to get in pre-launch, lock in your spot, it's going to be great, you're going to make a ton of money. If you've seen any of that on social in the last couple of weeks, just comment Save Club if you guys have seen that. I'm just curious for how many of you guys have seen it. I know I've seen it. I know some of you guys have seen it because some of you guys have reached out to me. So yeah, okay, cool. Comments coming in. Now, forget about opinion. Forget about opinion for a second. Let's talk data. Let's talk data. Let's talk numbers. What I want you guys to do right now is I want you to bust out your calculator. Okay? Bust out your calculator. Get your, I don't even have to say thinking caps, because you really don't have to think all that much with this. But bust out your calculator and then let's do some basic math. Okay? Let's do some real basic math. So what I'm going to do right now, okay, is, let me see if I can actually find it here for a second. Give me 1 second. I want to pull up, our math, okay, so you guys can know and understand it here. My econ global slides, TFT slides. Okay, I think this is it. I think I have the right slides. Bear with me 1 second here, guys. Yep, that's it. Perfect. Okay. So let's talk about our math here for a second. And first thing I want to do is I want to talk about direct commissions. So this is the first piece of math that we're going to talk about here. First piece of math. When someone joins my econ, okay, right now, especially with our cash promo, you can get up to, ready for this, up to 94.5% direct commissions. So comment that down below. That's the first piece of math. Up to 94.5% direct commissions. 94.5%. So what does that equate to? As an example, if someone joins at the $45 level, I think you get about $40 in commissions after the bonus, right? Someone joins for $45, you get $40 in commissions. That's pretty sweet, right? Someone joins at the $100 level, you get a 70, then plus another 750, so you get 77.50, right? Okay, so that's, let's do some math. That's 77%, right? Okay. You guys understand that math? That's basic math, right? So we're talking between 75 to 90% commissions on average, 75 to 90% direct commissions. Okay, so we're on the same page there. So let's go check out what's going on here. Okay, let's go check out what's going on here. I'm gonna flip my camera around so you guys can see it. This is right on the company's website right here. Okay, again, remember, this is like the latest hype. This is like the latest hype right here. So let's do some basic math. Basic math, okay? You join this Save Club right here. You get 25% direct commissions. And let's do some actual math. Okay, let's do some actual math. Where is it? Right here. And it says it right here. This is nothing crazy. Okay? Someone joins for $80 and they get a $20 commission. Someone joins for $80, they get a $20 commission. Okay? So, I mean, is that like, you can do the math. You can do the math. 25%, right? Someone joins for 80, you get 20. Okay? So, real quick, hype, let's remove the hype here for a second. Would you rather get 25% direct commissions, or would you rather get 70 to 94.5% commissions? Which one? Which one would you prefer? We're just talking data, basic common sense, black and white. Which one would you rather have? 25% direct commissions or 70 to 94.5% commissions? Which one would you rather have? Basic math, basic data. Now, let me flip this around. Now what I really want to talk about is renewals. Renewals. Residual monthly income. Okay, this is the big one. This is the big one right here. Recurring monthly income. Okay. You get 2.5% in your matrix. So this is a matrix compensation plan versus us. We have a unilevel. This is a matrix compensation plan. So let's just talk math. You get 2.5% in your matrix. 2.5%. Okay. 2.5 based on, you guys see the math right here? All percentages are based on the monthly $19.97 membership fee. Okay. 2.5%. Okay. So now, basic math, someone busts out a calculator. What is 2.5% of $19.97? Someone do the math, put that in the comments. Okay. And again, this is the hype train that's out there right now. This is what everyone's fired up and excited about. Not everyone, but I mean, this is what a lot of people are fired up and excited about. A lot of the big heavy hitters that are out there. Okay. You do the math, put it in the comments right now. What is 2.5% of $19.95? That is the dollar per renewal per person. Okay, so remember I had mentioned that before with my econ. Dollar per renewal per person. Okay, so what is 2.5% of $19.90? Where's my math people? Where's my math people? Okay. 250. No, I think that's a little high. Okay. 1997. Okay. Equals. Okay. Okay. So for all you math whizzes out there, it's 50 cents. 50 cents. It's 50 cents. So we're all clear. Because if you think about it, 10% would be $1.99, right? 10% would be $1.99. 47.5. I'm not sure where you're getting. Are you guys using the new math or the old math? I'm using the old math. So, Okay, so it's 50 cents, by the way. It's 50 cents. Yeah. Clint's using the old math. Okay. Shannon, ask your fifth grader. I don't know. Okay, so it's 50 cents. So again, just talking about data, numbers, right? So check it out. Now I'm going to pull up the My Econ compensation plan. And you guys, again, let me know what's better. Okay, I'm going to flip my camera around again if I could figure this out. Okay, there we go. This is My Econ, okay? So our gold level starts at 50 cents, okay? Gold starts at 50 cents, and then it goes as high as, once you get CEO, it goes high as $13.30. So this is your dollar per person per renewal, and this pays down to infinity, okay? This pays down to infinity, all right? So you have between 50 cents and $13.30 per person. So on average, especially, because they were talking about, if I just back up here for a second, they specifically on their plan, were giving examples of like, oh, if you were this, then you could be this, right? So everything is 2.5%. The entire matrix, the numbers don't change. So the renewal is 50 cents per person per renewal, right? 50 cents per person versus, again, just basic math. If you were to take an average, even if you went in the middle here at $8, right? $8 per person. Okay, so basic math. Let me know in the comments. What would you rather have? Dollar per renewal per person. Okay, this is important. This is important that you guys just understand basic common sense, basic math. Dollar per renewal per person. What would you rather have? 50 cents or an average of $8 as high as $13.30? Which one would you rather have? Okay, just again, basic numbers. Basic numbers. What would you rather have? Put that in the comments down below. And that's why, you guys need to, when you see all the hype, you see the hype train rolling by and everyone's like, Save Club, nah. They got all excited for that. It's all the big names, all the, the so-called, big hitters, heavy hitters out there that are trying to pull you in, luring you in with the allure of money that you're going to make. But you gotta strip down. You gotta strip down the hype. You gotta strip away the opinion, strip away the hype, and look at the data. What do the numbers tell you? And of course, you guys are all smart, so you guys are saying you'd rather have $8 to $13 per renewal per person, which is much higher than 50 cents. It's much higher than 50 cents. Okay, now I'm going to give you the most basic math that most basic math that I can think of. So check this out one more time. I'm going to flip this around. Say hi to Daniel. That's me. Okay, we're going to come over here to their site. And this, I know this was talked about heavily too. Matching bonuses, matching bonuses, everyone gets excited for matching bonuses. Okay, so again, just do me a favor and just look at some data here, okay? And this is a play on words. You get the entire matching commission, entire matrix commission. So you will match the entire matrix commission of everyone you personally enroll. So it's kind of like a catch there. Entire matrix commission of everyone you personally enroll. So it's not your entire matrix. It's only your matrix commission from the people that you personally enroll. And then as long as you hit the advanced rank, you can get 30%, 37% on everyone else. Okay, so there's a lot of word play in here, but let's just talk dollars and cents. Okay? Let's scroll down here. I love this example because it's so horrible. All right. If you're a 3-star ranked affiliate, and by the way, if you want to know, hey, what do I need to be a 3-star ranked affiliate? You can see the different stars here. You have to have 100 active members in your enroller tree organization. And this is key, by the way. This is key. Enroller tree organization. So what does that mean? Really quick. Enroller tree is not your matrix. The enroller tree, by the way, is your unilevel, meaning you who sponsored someone, who sponsored someone, who sponsored someone out 100 people. Means you have to have 100 people duplicate. Not 100 people in your matrix. Basic math here, people. Pay attention to the words, okay? Now, let's come back here. All right, check it out. So, as an example, this matching commission bonus, this is right off their website, by the way. All right, if you're a 3-star ranked and you personally enroll 10, and this is the fun part, if you personally enroll 10 and each of those people earns $4,000 a month, okay? Each of those 10 people, so you enroll 10 and each of those 10 make $4,000 a month, okay? You would have an $11,000 check. Let's just call that what it is, $11,000 check, okay? Now, that's a check match. And if you just look at the big numbers, and this is where people get fooled, don't be fooled. Look at the data. Look at the data. You see $11,000, you're like, oh, check match, $11,000. That sounds great. That sounds really good, right? You first glance at it, you think it sounds good. But this is where the data comes into play. Okay? Number one, you need to have 100 people in your enrollment tree. Enrollment tree. So either you need to go out and enroll 100 people, and then get 10 of those people to make $4,000. That might be a stretch. Be a stretch. Or you need to have duplication. You sponsor someone who sponsors someone who sponsors someone, and 10 people in there in that enrollment tree make $4,000 each. 10 people make $4,000 each. Now, let's talk the best math here possible. Knowing that you only get 2.5% per person per renewal, 50 cents, do the math, or you're only making $20 per sale. How many sales, just use some common sense here, guys. How many sales would it take for someone to make $4,000 a month? How many sales? At $20 or 50 cents or a combination of the two, how many sales would it take for someone to make $4,000 just in this one specific example? So I'm going to do some basic math, okay? I'm going to do 4,000 divided by 20, okay? So that would take 200 sales. So you would need to find, in order to make a $11,000 matching bonus, you would need to find 10 people who made 200 sales each. So, in your honest opinion, realistically, how realistic do you think it is that that's going to happen? To make that matching bonus, to make a 5-figure matching bonus, you need 10 people who each make 200 sales. And then all those members have to be active and stay and not quit for that to happen. So, again, basic math. When you look at the MyEcon compensation plan, when you look at ours, okay, check this out. In order to hit any of these numbers, in order to qualify for any of these numbers any month, right, you literally need 2 active people to hit any of these numbers. 2 actively enrolled. In order for you to be qualified, you need 2 actively enrolled. With the Save Club, you need 10 personally enrolled, and each of those 10 has to go out and sponsor 200. Again, just basic math. In order to hit these numbers here, dollar per renewal per person, you just need to have 2 actively personally enrolled. Okay. And they just made it even more stupid simple. And I don't have the exact numbers here, but to hit gold, you need 2 people on your team. You're personally, on your whole team, sponsored by you or sponsored by somebody else. To hit platinum, I think it's 12. Infinity, I think it's 36. And then CEO is 200. Not 200 per person, 200 entirely on you or your team. So you sponsor 2 or you sponsor 200, it doesn't matter. You get the CEO, you get to the top rank. But to get all of these numbers paid every single month, you only need 2 actively personally enrolled people. Okay? So let's just talk again, dollars and cents. Based on the data, based on the numbers that on the math, which compensation plan seems like a more obvious no-brainer? My Econ or Save Club? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. So, Platinum's only 10. See, they lowered the ranks. They made it even easier for people to rank up here in My Econ. It's even easier right now. So, this is just the data, the numbers that I want you guys to understand. Okay, this is the data, the metrics. So, dollar per renewal per person, you have 50 cents versus an average of $8 to $13 per person. Again, averages, right? Fast starts, direct commissions. You have 25% direct commissions compared to 70 to 94% direct commissions, depending on one of the 4 levels that somebody joins, right? And then matching bonuses, to get anywhere near thousands of dollars in matching bonuses, you need to go personally recruit at least 5 to 10 people who go out and crazy recruit, bringing in hundreds of people each. Again, it's just basic stuff. And we didn't even talk about the products, guys. Didn't even talk about the savings products. Okay. Every company that's out there, all of them, and this is facts. You guys can go look it up. You go to ChatGPT and look it up. All of the companies that use savings programs, they all use the same white labeled savings engines, just like they all use the same travel engine. The only difference is between companies is certain companies pay a certain price per tier. The higher price per person that they pay means the better discounts that they get. And it's as simple as that. Okay, it's as simple as that. So if you look at the My Econ travel engine, they pay the highest amount of dollar per person so they can get the most amount of discounts. That's why our travel site, when you were to compare it to a GFU or a Savings Highway or a Save Club or anything like that, our discounts would be deeper than those other ones because My Econ pays more dollars per person, okay, to get better discounts, okay? But it's almost always all the same white labeled travel engines, almost always the same white labeled savings portals, okay? And My Econ also has a savings portal inside of the travel membership, okay? So again, just some data for you guys to make informed decisions when you see hype, when you see, people being like, oh, especially using the terms pre-launch. When you see companies using a term pre-launch, it's just a hype word. When a company is live with their website live and people already making commissions, it's already live. Like there's no pre-launch. There's absolutely zero urgency to lock in during pre-launch because everything's already live. If you can make money, it's live. It's not in pre-launch anymore. Like there is no pre-launch. A true pre-launch would be if you couldn't sign up for something, you saw something advertised, and the only thing you could do is put your name on a wait list, that would be a true pre-launch. Okay? In other words, you're lining up for the launch. You're getting ready for the launch. You're telling people about the launch. You're putting your name on a list, but you can't sign up, you can't earn anything, you can't do anything. That would be a true pre-launch. Okay? So again, don't get fooled by the hype. Just, you gotta take the emotion, you gotta take the opinion out, and you gotta look at the real black and white data of what's actually going on. Okay? And what do we know from experience? What do we know from the data? Forget about DK's opinion here. The data tells us that my econ has some of the highest direct commission. I don't know if it's the highest, but I'm just saying some of the highest direct commissions, percentage of direct commissions in the industry right now, between 70 and 94%. It's pretty crazy. And when you look at the renewal per person, the dollar per renewal per person, okay, there's no pay plan that's higher than my econs. None that I found, all right? When you look at Save Club, 50 cents. When you look at my econ, it averages, $8 to $13. I mean, it's not even in the same hemisphere, okay? Never mind being on the same page to the same book. It's not even in the same hemisphere. They're on like a different planet right now, okay? So again, just want to have you guys. Okay, so now let's circle back. We got a webinar tonight, guys. We got a webinar. Let's get out there. Let's go do the work, okay? Let's go do the work. Let's go put butts in seats, and let's get out there and go crush it, my friends. Appreciate you guys. Butts in seats. The goal is 100 people, 100 butts in seats for tonight. The only way that that's going to happen is if you guys get out there and you guys go to work, just like we talked about at the very beginning. So appreciate you guys for watching. I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday, with you guys. And you guys got a special guest star coming out to crush it and rock it with you guys tonight. And I know she's going to do an awesome, awesome job. So make sure you put the butts in seats for her so she can close those sales for you guys tonight. We'll see you guys there tonight, and we'll see you guys live tomorrow. Deuces. Later.